Bum, bum, bum. V-Berg. And I'm going to be talking about my other YouTube channel that I created in 2011 or 2012, something like that. So back then when I first created my YouTube channel, I uploaded a couple of videos, and then I really wanted to start working on videos. But the thing is when I first started making videos, I think the very first video I uploaded had to do with Love Is Not Real, I think, which I wanted to talk about that before, but this was in 2011. Again, I had long hair, I was wearing glasses, and I had a white shirt and then a black shirt. I was wearing two shirts. I had like one over another. So it was like a button-up shirt, but I had it open, I think. And I was wearing sunglasses. And then the second video was where Muhammad Ali said, with the whole race mixing thing, and I brought that up. And at the time, it was okay to upload something like that, but now it wouldn't be, because, you know, sensitive people, and plus, as a white man, people are offended. But I mentioned certain things on that channel, but the thing that really was cool about the channel that I had, and then I uploaded another video where I was doing voice impersonations of Niko Bellic from GTA 4. I think it was the bank robbery scene. But where I'm getting at is I had so many views and so many comments. Like, I wouldn't say so many, but it was just like I got more comments back then than I do now. I don't have no comments, and I barely get any views. And I think the reason is because back then, this was when PewDiePie was nobody. Like, PewDiePie was a nobody. Because again, this was like in 2011. I think the reason why is because thumbnails wasn't introduced until much later on, until PewDiePie started to come in. Not the fact that he did it or anything, but it was mostly because back then you could have uploaded the most shittiest video, you got views. And now people want high quality, and thumbnails has something to do with it. I don't know. Maybe it was because the YouTube wasn't as popular, but it's weird because you got a lot of comments back then. It's kind of hard to figure out why a lot of YouTubers had more views and comments back then than people today. I mean, it's just the algorithms is nuts. But back then, I think the reason why is because of what I was saying. It kind of reflected onto people back then, and I'm the same person that I was back then still today, and it kind of resonates, the fact that I haven't changed one bit. So I'm still the 2011, 2012 Colin. I don't know when I uploaded. I think I uploaded those two videos in 2009. I think that's what it was. It was in 2009. I can't remember, but I deleted it. And I think I deleted it because I was starting to see that there was a lot of comments and it was getting a little panicky on my end because that's not really how I wanted the channel to be. And plus, again, I didn't really want to be big. I just wanted to see what would happen if I did, and I got a lot. And, you know, back in like 2000 I don't think it was in 2009 when I uploaded. I think it was in 2011. I can't remember. Because I remember I was at the cliff. It was a street by some named Cliff something. And it wasn't my first house. It was my second house. And when I was in that second house, when I moved in 2011 or 2012. No, I think it was in 2011, I think. I can't really remember. But I think it was in 2011 for sure, because I remember getting Skyrim and Saints Row the Third in this house. But the point is I was in my room and I was talking about love is not real or it does not exist, and the comments just went it was positive. That was the panic. I know, it's like, yeah, but it was positive, and it's like, yeah, I know I was getting positive comments, but it kind of put me in panic mode because I didn't know what to do, you know, when you're on a platform. How do I respond? Like, I mean, yeah, thank you, but like, it was like every day I was getting something, and I felt like, then I had other comments that was bad, and at the time, I guess when you get one bad comment, you think like, oh man, this is not good, you know, and then you want to delete it. But the point is I was getting so much. But I think what happened was, because okay, so this is where the confusion happened. Now I know why I said 2009. I made a video in 2009 with my friend John, and I put it back on this channel here. It's called Old Manacle. And it was a horror thing that I came up with. And I did a radio station, but I did that at my second house. So at the first house, where I used to live, there was a pool. And I walked all the way to the pool area, and then I recorded for the Old Manacle. It was like a horror thing. And I was doing this at the pool where I lived, and it was just down the street, and that was in 2009. Okay, now we're on track here. But it took me years before I uploaded it because, I don't know, I just didn't want to upload on the internet. But then I did in 2012. I was like, screw it, I guess I could give YouTube a go in 2011, and I just started uploading, and then it was just like 5 videos, I think 4 or 5 videos. Most of them was just like what I'm doing now, but I don't know, it just wasn't, it didn't continue. I ended up deleting certain videos and keeping the ones that I thought was really cool, because I don't know, I just wanted people to not see me. I think it was like, I didn't mind people seeing me because In the video where I was talking about love does not exist in the Muhammad, I was wearing sunglasses. And I just kind of wanted to, shield myself, like, and I don't know. It just like, when you wear sunglasses, it kind of hides your identity. But and then after that, I deleted it. But the 2 videos that I kept was a radio thing that I made called Storm Rock Radio. I reposted the video on this channel. But the problem is there's no music on it. I had to delete it because YouTube and the copyright and which is kind of annoying. But I wanted to be like GTA at the time because of my obsession with Grand Theft Auto 4 at the time. This was before Grand Theft Auto 5, since it's still popular. But again, at that time, I was obsessed with, Laszlo, the radio stations, that I wanted to create my own. And I called it Storm Rock Radio. And I was getting views, I was getting likes, I was getting all that. But then it kind of just died out because I stopped uploading. I think I would have done a really good job on YouTube. I probably would have been up there. Probably not as huge, maybe. I don't know, maybe. But again, nobody knew that you could get paid on YouTube at the time. Even PewDiePie even said that. He even said, I didn't know that you can get paid just by sitting playing games. I mean, it's a little different now because you kind of can't do that because, the internet's always changing. But back then, I realized that I got, comments, I got views, and it was kind of cool. Now you kind of can't get that unless you wait maybe a couple of years before people discover, because now everyone is uploading on YouTube. I think that's what it is there's so much variety on YouTube, and plus with the high quality cameras and stuff, people rather choose that over your crappy cam. But and the thumbnails, like everybody looks for thumbnails. Like vlogs is kind of a thing of a past. Like nobody cares about that anymore. Like even what I'm doing, it's kind of a past. Like nobody really wants to sit and listen that much. I mean, there are people who do when they discover you, but it's not gonna blow up like it used to. Everybody just wants to see, streams now, like live streams, and doing pranks and stupid pranks that literally should be considered a crime. Me back then, I probably would have just gone into the video game thing. And then I guess kind of drift away from that. I don't know what I would have done if I were to continue on YouTube back then. But I think I probably would have been pretty big. But again, there's I guess a right time for everything. And even if I were to get big back then, I think I probably would have abused it. Literally, I would have abused my fame. Because at the time, I was in my 20s. And people in their 20s, they do dumb things and they don't think. And they end up saying things. Not that I won't end up doing that now in my 30s, but the thing is now, because I'm in my 30s, mid 30s, you're kind of more aware to say, no, I'm not going to do that. Well, because of, sensitive people. I'm not going to do that. Or I'm just not going to do that. That's stupid. It's like a maturity. You hit a level of maturity, and you kind of just don't want to do that, But nowadays, that's what people want. They want immaturity nowadays, and I don't know why, but I guess that's the thing. But I think I'd rather stick with this in the meantime. I don't know what I'm going to do on this channel, but I think the reason why I don't get views on this channel is because YouTube's not the same. And plus, the algorithms and everything has changed. It's just, it's weird how things, change. I don't know any other word to put it as, but, but is that a good thing? Not really. I feel like things will snap back to the better group of people in the future. I think I do see that now. I think the world on YouTube is starting to see that, being a dumbass and an idiot on YouTube is just not funny anymore. I think people just want to hear, casual stuff again. I honestly think we might get to that level, and I think that's why I'm going to keep doing YouTube, because the internet will eventually go back to stuff like this, and we'll realize that the people that they're following is not doing anything for the people, the viewers out there, and it's not benefiting them. And I think it's like a bad influence. You're watching bad influence people get popularity while other people are not. I don't know how long I've been recorded. 17 minutes. I'm probably out of sync in this video. As usual. But, yeah. We'll see what happens on YouTube. Will the old gamers or your favorite channels return? I don't know. People have kids now. Again, people grow up, people change. And like I said, if I was around back then, I probably would have done stupid stuff just for popularity. So it's a good thing I'm doing it now, because then I can be like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. That's just stupid. It's like, yeah, but you could get popular. I'd rather just take my time. There's a way that I can get people's attention without doing something stupid. And I think it's mostly with what I'm going to do in the future on my YouTube channel. And that's the virtual world and the humanoid bots and, the stuff to help people who are lonely and people who just want to live a second life. I think people are going to go to that because they see what this world has turned into. And I think that's what's going to grow my channel is that. And I have to live up to that promise, because I'm literally promising you guys that I want to do this, which I do. I want to create this. And I don't care what people say. I will make sure somebody gets love and hope and lives a better life. And I know people are going to be like, yeah, but what about this planet? Why not just live in this planet? And it's like, well, look at this planet. I'm not going to get help. You think you're going to get help? You think anybody's going to get help? The only thing people care about is money. Nobody cares about people. The corporate cares about money. And rich people are already rich, but they don't care that you're struggling because they're already rich. And it's like, well, again, entitlement. Nobody cares. And like I said, that's fine. You can stay rich. I'll just stay in a virtual world. Once I make this, then everyone's going to know and support me. I believe that. Other than that, I'm going to cut it right here. But I'm just saying, I think things back then were a little bit different when it came to YouTube. That's why I got more views back then, because everything was smaller back then. Even YouTube. That's the reason why I didn't get... I got more views back then. Because I was doing this when PewDiePie wasn't even PewDiePie. He was a nobody. Imagine if I kept doing YouTube at that time. But yeah, if you wanna look for my video, just it's the Stormrock Radio. I'll put a link in the description that you guys can click on. And that was from years ago, and you can tell it was from years ago. You could just listen to my voice and you can see what I did. And oh, in the old Manacle video, that little horror little thing that I did, it's I think it's all in black and white. Yeah, it's in black and white, and I'm using the Silent Hill music from Akira Yamaoka in that one. But if you look at that video, that was my backyard. I had a pool, and it was just so messed up. You know, after my grandparents passed away back in 2005, and the shed, yeah, that was a shed. Yeah, I forgot what it was, but when you put it to black and white, it looks more nasty and it looks creepy. And I did some editing to make it look more nasty and creepy because, again, I wanted it to look like Silent Hill and creepy. Other than that, yeah. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. And watch the Stormrock Radio and the horror thing. And hopefully you enjoy those 2 videos. And with the radio, I'm sorry that there's no music in it. I did have music before, but again, copyright music is, you know, whatever. Yeah. It's just commercials. And if you're offended, then I'm sorry you're offended. But that was back then, and people weren't so sensitive back then. Okay? And again, if this video is out of sync, I apologize for that too. Again, this is the level of my life. Okay, I'm broke. I can only do so much. Okay, just bear with me. Okay, all right. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.